Could a small island nation in the Pacific be the key to thwarting China's grand plans? Well, it's time to find out. Welcome to our deep dive into the pivotal role of the Philippines, an archipelago that finds itself at the heart of a geopolitical whirlwind. Historically, the Philippines has maintained close ties with the United States, a relationship rooted in shared history, mutual defense agreements, and economic interdependencies. However, the waters of this alliance have been muddied in recent years due to strained relations, with the Philippines being wooed by China's growing influence in the region. Enter U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris, who recently embarked on a diplomatic mission to the Philippines. This visit wasn't just a friendly check-in, it was a strategic move to strengthen ties and counterbalance China's influence in Southeast Asia. You see, the United States views the Philippines as a crucial ally in its competition with China, particularly on hot-button issues like Taiwan and the South China Sea. Harris's visit marks a potential reset in relations, especially considering the previous Philippine president, Rodrigo Duterte, had strained ties with the U.S. By meeting with members of the Philippines Coast Guard in the South China Sea, Harris sent a clear symbolic message to China. The United States is not backing down. Moreover, the U.S. is investing in modernizing the Philippine military, further solidifying their alliance. Yet the Philippines is caught in a delicate balancing act. While it welcomes U.S. support, it hasn't committed to supporting any U.S. intervention in a potential conflict over Taiwan. As the Philippines inches closer to the United States, it finds itself on the chessboard of global power dynamics. This small island nation could indeed be a game-changer in the Pacific, influencing the trajectory of China's ambitions. But the question remains, how will this play out? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the ticking time bomb that is the South China Sea. China's ambitions in the Pacific are no secret, but are they pushing the envelope too far? Well, let's dive in and see. China's recent move to enforce a new maritime law has raised eyebrows and concerns across the globe. This law mandates foreign vessels to provide detailed information before entering what China defines as its territorial waters. But here's the rub. The definition of Chinese territorial waters is a hotly contested issue. China's claim of sovereignty over vast areas of the South China Sea and disputed islands in the East China Sea is a bone of contention for several countries. Pacific powers like Japan and the United States, who are unlikely to comply with these requirements, are understandably unnerved. This maritime law is seen as a potential violation of the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, further intensifying the dispute. China's maritime reach and its attempts to provide a legal justification for it has been a significant cause for alarm. Earlier this year, China passed a law allowing its Coast Guard to use weapons to protect its national sovereignty. The main focus of China's claims is the South China Sea, a region fraught with overlapping claims from multiple countries. The United States has voiced its concern over this new law, and tensions are particularly high in the East China Sea around the Japanese-held Senkaku Islands. Chinese Coast Guard vessels have made numerous incursions into Japanese territorial waters this year, leading to a potential for clashes. China has even warned that it would consider military vessels trespassing in its territorial waters without notice as a serious provocation, and may take stronger measures to punish them. This bellicose rhetoric between China, Japan, and the US has heightened the risk of accidental conflict. It's a ticking time bomb, with each tick echoing across the Pacific, reverberating with the tension of a region on the brink. With the stakes high and tensions rising, the South China Sea is quickly becoming a hotbed of international discord. As the waves of this conflict continue to crash against the shores of diplomacy, one can only hope that common sense will prevail over bravado. For now, all eyes are on the South China Sea, a ticking time bomb in the heart of the Pacific. Caught between a rock and a hard place, how is the Philippines navigating these turbulent waters? The Philippines finds itself teetering on a tightrope of diplomacy, as it contends with China's rising assertiveness in the region. This is not a simple game of chess, it's an intricate dance, where every move carries potential consequences. As the specter of China looms large, the Philippines has been proactively bolstering its defenses. In a significant turn of events, it's been strengthening its military ties with the United States. The Biden administration is investing heavily in modernizing the Philippine military, a strategic move aimed at countering China's influence in Southeast Asia. From training and joint exercises to military aid and hardware, the U.S. support has been instrumental in enhancing the Philippines' defense capabilities. But here's where it gets tricky. Despite this newfound camaraderie with the U.S., the Philippines is treading cautiously when it comes to the question of Taiwan. It's a delicate issue, fraught with geopolitical implications. The Philippines has not committed to supporting any U.S. intervention over Taiwan, a potential flashpoint in the U.S.-China relations. Why this reluctance, you may wonder? The answer lies in the intricate weave of geopolitics. Supporting a U.S. intervention could potentially escalate tensions with China, a risk the Philippines might not be willing to take. On the other hand, staying neutral could be interpreted as a lack of commitment to its U.S. alliance. It's a classic catch-22 situation. This balancing act is not just about military alliances or territorial disputes. It's about the Philippines safeguarding its national interests while trying to maintain a semblance of regional stability. It's about walking the fine line between asserting sovereignty and avoiding conflict. The Philippines' delicate balancing act is a testament to its strategic importance in this geopolitical drama. And as it continues to navigate these turbulent waters, one thing is clear. The country's decisions will play a crucial role in shaping the future dynamics of the Pacific region. The Philippines' delicate balancing act is a testament to its strategic importance in this geopolitical drama. Taiwan, a small island with big implications. How does it fit into this complex puzzle? As we delve further into our exploration of the Pacific power struggle, it's important to understand the role of Taiwan. Taiwan is not just a small island, it's a pivotal piece in the chessboard of international politics. Its strategic location and economic significance make it a coveted prize in the US-China power struggle. In this intricate dance of global powers, the Philippines could potentially tip the scales. The Biden administration is keenly aware of this, seeking to strengthen ties with the Philippines to counterbalance China's influence in Southeast Asia. The recent visit by U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris to the Philippines and the U.S. investment in modernizing the Philippine military are testament to this strategic play. However, this geopolitical maneuvering is not without its tensions. There's a potential powder keg waiting to explode in the form of the East China Sea. China's new maritime law, which requires foreign vessels to provide detailed information before entering what it terms as Chinese territorial waters, has significantly raised the stakes. This law has been met with resistance, particularly from Pacific powers like Japan and the United States, who are unlikely to comply. Adding fuel to the fire is the disputed sovereignty over the Senkaku Islands, located in the East China Sea. Chinese Coast Guard vessels have made numerous incursions into Japanese territorial waters this year, significantly heightening the risk of clashes. The bellicose rhetoric between China, Japan, and the US only serves to escalate the tension further. In this volatile situation, the role of the Philippines cannot be overstated. As a strategic ally of the US, the Philippines could potentially influence the outcome of any conflict over Taiwan. As China continues to flex its muscles in the South China Sea, the Philippines is increasingly finding itself drawn into the US orbit. The fate of Taiwan hangs in the balance, with the Philippines playing a potentially decisive role. As we navigate these uncharted waters, one thing is clear. The decisions made today will shape the Pacific, and indeed the world, for years to come. As the winds of change sweep across the Pacific, what lies in store for this volatile region? The current geopolitical landscape is akin to a chessboard, with nations carefully maneuvering their pieces in this high-stakes game of power politics. The Philippines, playing a pivotal role, could very well shape the future of the Pacific. The potential future scenarios are as diverse as they are complex. On one hand, we have the possibility of heightened tensions as China continues to assert its maritime claims, potentially leading to confrontations that could ripple across the globe. On the other, we have the potential for diplomatic breakthroughs, as countries engage in dialogue to resolve their differences and strive for peace and stability in the region. The role of international diplomacy cannot be overstated. As nations grapple with these issues, diplomatic channels will be crucial in preventing conflicts and fostering mutual understanding. Diplomacy has the power to diffuse tensions, build bridges, and create a conducive environment for cooperation. Maintaining peace and stability in the region is of paramount importance. The Pacific is home to numerous countries, each with its own interests and concerns. Any disruption to the delicate balance that currently exists could have far-reaching implications, not just for the countries in the region, but for the entire world. In this high-stakes game of power politics, the Philippines' moves could very well shape the future of the Pacific. Its decisions, whether they lean towards the US or China, will undoubtedly have a profound impact on the region's geopolitical landscape. As we navigate these uncharted waters, it's clear that the course of history in the Pacific will be charted by the decisions made in the coming months. These decisions could either steer us towards a future of collaboration and understanding, or push us towards increased tension and potential conflict. The stakes are high, and the world watches on with bated breath as the future of the Pacific hangs in the balance.